In a truck market filled with heavy-duty brutes, turbocharged engines, and flashy new designs, the Honda Ridgeline has always stood apart. Loved by some for its comfort and practicality, but dismissed by others for not being truck enough, the Ridgeline has carried a reputation as the odd one out in the mid-size pickup class. That perception is about to change. The new 2026 Honda Ridgeline is arriving with 7 genius changes that are so significant, they demand a closer look. From aesthetics to powertrains, towing to technology, and even performance-oriented surprises, Honda is repositioning the Ridgeline as a serious contender. If you've ever ignored the Ridgeline because you thought it wasn't tough, capable, or exciting, the 2026 model will shock you in the most positive way. Let's explore each of the 7 changes in detail, along with expert insights on why they matter and how they will reshape the truck's future. 7. Truck aesthetics. Finally looks like a truck. For years, one of the biggest criticisms of the Ridgeline has been its styling. Reviewers and buyers alike often remarked that it looked like a crossover SUV with a pickup bed bolted on. Compared to rivals like the Toyota Tacoma and Chevy Colorado, the Ridgeline simply didn't project toughness. The 2026 model ends that argument. Drawing inspiration from the rugged new Honda Passport SUV, the Ridgeline undergoes a complete exterior redesign. Bold new front end. A wide, aggressive grille now dominates the front fascia, replacing the soft, minivan-like nose of past models. Sleek LED headlights add a modern, high-tech touch, while a raised beltline and sharper body creases create a muscular stance. Fender flares and wheels. Pronounced fender flares house larger wheels and off-road ready tire packages, giving the Ridgeline a grounded, assertive appearance. Bed redesign. Honda gives special attention to the cargo bed, with deeper side panels, stronger lines, and more visual separation from the cabin. The tailgate and taillights are also reworked to deliver a more traditional truck profile. Expert take. The styling overhaul is not just about looks, explains James Ellison, design analyst at Truck Trends Weekly. A tougher, bolder exterior is essential for attracting traditional truck buyers who might have dismissed the Ridgeline. Now, when parked next to a Tacoma, it won't look out of place, it'll look competitive. The result is a vehicle that keeps the Ridgeline's practical advantages while finally looking like a serious pickup. 6. Electrified powertrain. Hybrid muscle. Perhaps the most significant change is under the hood. For the first time ever, the Ridgeline is going hybrid, and not in a half-hearted way. The 2026 Honda Ridgeline Hybrid pairs a 3.0-liter V6 engine with 3 electric motors, a system borrowed from Acura's advanced performance lineup. This setup delivers 321 horsepower, a healthy jump from the current 280 horsepower. Torque figures are even more impressive thanks to the instant response of electric motors. Performance boost. Faster acceleration, smoother power delivery, and more responsive towing. Fuel economy. Projected to hit the mid-20s mpg combined, far better than the current 20 mpg. Over years of ownership, this translates to substantial fuel savings. Dual options. Importantly, Honda isn't abandoning traditional buyers. A refined, naturally aspirated V6 will remain available for those who prefer conventional setups. Expert take. What excites me is the balance Honda strikes here, says Mark Torres, powertrain engineer at EV and Hybrid Journal. They're not just adding hybrid tech for efficiency, they're making it a performance upgrade. That's something truck buyers can get behind. In short, the hybrid Ridgeline isn't about compromise, it's about progress. 5. Improved capabilities. Towing and payload. Historically, the Ridgeline's biggest weakness wasn't its comfort or versatility, it was its capability gap. With a maximum towing capacity of 5,000 pounds, it trailed competitors by a noticeable margin. For many buyers, that was a deal breaker. The 2026 Ridgeline closes this gap. Towing. Expect capacity to rise to around 6,000 pounds, putting it much closer to the Tacoma in Colorado. Payload. Reinforced chassis and optimized weight distribution allow higher payload ratings, making it far more useful for contractors, weekend warriors, and outdoor adventurers. Ride quality intact. Despite these improvements, Honda retains the unibody construction, which means the Ridgeline will continue to offer smoother ride quality than body-on-frame rivals. Expert take. Raising towing to 6,000 pounds doesn't sound like a revolution, but in real-world terms, it makes the Ridgeline a much more viable option, notes Sarah King, auto journalist at Motor Authority. And the fact that Honda managed this without sacrificing ride comfort is a huge win. Number 4. Off-road performance. Trail sport transformation. The Ridgeline has long been criticized for being too soft off-road. Honda has heard the feedback and is delivering serious off-road upgrades in the trail sport trim. Raised ride height. Improved approach and departure angles make it more capable on rocky or uneven terrain. Trail sport hardware. All-terrain tires, specialized suspension tuning, underbody skid plates, software magic, enhanced AWD calibration, and advanced terrain management systems automatically adjust throttle response and traction control for optimal grip on mud, sand, or snow. Expert take. The Trail Sport isn't aiming to beat a Jeep Wrangler, but that's not the point, says Tom Reed, off-road specialist at Overland USA. It gives adventure-focused owners confidence without sacrificing daily drivability. That's a clever balance. This is a big step forward. The Ridgeline becomes not just a commuter-friendly pickup, but also a capable adventure companion. 3. V6 reliability and smoothness. While the hybrid steals headlines, Honda is wisely keeping the naturally aspirated V6 in the lineup. This decision might seem old school, but it's a strategic move. Proven reliability. The 3.5-liter V6 has decades of refinement and millions of miles behind it. Simplicity versus complexity. Unlike turbocharged engines, it doesn't require premium fuel, exotic maintenance, or complex cooling systems. Smooth power delivery. Linear, predictable acceleration makes highway cruising and towing more pleasant. Expert take. In an era where many automakers push turbo 4s, Honda sticking with the V6 is refreshing, says Daniel Cho, mechanic and YouTube auto educator. For long-term owners, fewer parts mean fewer headaches. For buyers who want traditional power without hybrid complexity, the V6 remains an excellent option. Number 2. All-new interior. Modern, tech-savvy, premium. The Ridgeline's interior has always been functional but never flashy. The 2026 model changes that with a complete cabin overhaul. Technology. A massive central touchscreen with faster processors, wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto, and a new 10.2-inch digital cluster with customizable displays. Materials. Premium soft-touch surfaces, real leather on upper trims, and higher quality fabrics across the lineup. Noise reduction. Improved insulation and acoustic dampening make the cabin far quieter, ideal for long drives. Expert take. Honda is finally giving the Ridgeline the cabin it deserves, says Emily Vargas, interior design specialist at Car and Driver. This will be a truck you enjoy spending hours in, not just a tool for work. The new interior elevates the Ridgeline into near luxury territory without sacrificing durability. 1. Type R variant, the wild card. The most shocking rumor, and possibly the most exciting, is the development of a Ridgeline Type R. While still unconfirmed, multiple sources suggest Honda is planning a high-performance street truck unlike anything else on the market. Twin-turbo V6, expected output around 450 horsepower. Street performance focus, lowered suspension, performance brakes, and aerodynamic tweaks instead of off-road gear. Manual transmission? Whispers suggest a manual option could be on the table, a rarity in today's truck market. Expert take. If Honda really builds a Ridgeline Type R, it could be a halo model that redefines how we think about performance pickups, says Kyle Benson, performance analyst at Road and Track. It wouldn't compete with Raptors or TRXs. It would carve its own lane as the first true street performance truck. Even if produced in limited numbers, the Type R could create massive buzz for the entire Ridgeline lineup. Final thoughts. A truck reborn. The 2026 Honda Ridgeline is no longer content to play the role of the outsider. With bold new styling, a hybrid powertrain, improved towing, off-road chops, a luxury-grade interior, and even the possibility of a Type R Halo model, Honda has transformed this truck into a serious competitor. Will it win over traditionalists who demand body-on-frame toughness? Maybe not all of them. But for a growing group of buyers who want a truck that balances capability with refinement, efficiency, and innovation, the new Ridgeline makes a compelling case. The 7 genius changes aren't just tweaks, they represent a fundamental shift in the Ridgeline's identity. Honda is finally giving this truck the tools it needs to dominate in a segment where it once struggled for respect. The midsize truck wars are heating up, and for the first time in years, the Ridgeline looks ready to fight.